Let's just say it right off the bat, the beginning of Ocarina of Time is a massive lesson in medical incompetence. You play as Link, a 10 years old little squirt in a green pyjama who's having nightmare. One morning, the village grandfather, who is literally a giant tree with a huge foliage mustache, summon you to tell you he caught a deadly parasite. The logical solution? Call an exterminator or an arborist from the province of Hyrule? Of course not. The Great Deku Tree opened his mouth wide and asked you, a child armed with a butter knife and a piece of bark, to go take a stroll through his digestive system to fix the problem. Before you even have the right to enter the tree's mouth, you have to prove yourself. The village self-appointed big shot, Mido, is blocking the way. He demands that you have a sword and a shield to pass. The Kokiri sword, you find it hidden in a hole in a wall after having to dodge a giant boulder that rolls around all by itself. Logical. The Great Deku Shield, it's a little bit more complicated. You have to buy it at the village shop for 40 rupee. For a child with no salary, that means you're spending 20 minutes cutting grass, throwing rock, and breaking into your neighbor's house to open chest. A great lesson of civics. Once you enter the Great Deku Tree, you realize that the inside makes absolutely no sense from a biological standpoint. It's a tree, but it's built in floors with ladders, iron barred door, and treasure chests. Then, you climb your way in the tree, and this is where you find the slingshot, in a big wooden chest, hidden at the top of a platform. Why does a millennial-old tree keep a tactical slingshot in its bowel? Did he swallow it by accident in 1982? We will never know. Your main job inside is to clean up. You kill giant spider with skull on the back, Cutula, and carnivorous plant who try to eat you, the Kubaba. The most iconic moment of the dungeon is when you realize that the only way to get down to the basement is to throw yourself off the third floor and use your own body weight to smash through a huge spider woven in the ground floor. Arriving at the bottom of the route, you face the boss door, except it's guarded by the 3 Deku Scrub, little wooden guy who spit not in your face. To open the door, you have to use a very aggressive negotiation technique. You deflect their horn nut back into their face with your shell to knock them out, but in a specific order. If you talk it to the NPC beforehand, you know the sacred code who scared every 19th kid. 2, 3, 1. You smack the middle guy, the right one, and the left one. The last one, completely terrified, give you a hint to beat the boss before running away crying. Then, you walk in a dark room, you look at the ceiling, and a massive armored spider crustacean with a single big yellow eyes is staring at you. This is Goma. She's the famous parasite giving the tree heartburn. The combat strategy? It's almost insulting. When her eye turns red, you shoot a seed with your slingshot directly into the pupil. Ping! She falls on the ground convulsing, and you pull out your little sword and you repeatedly whack her eyes. Bang, bang, bang. You do this 3 times, but it's not like in Mario Bros. Sometimes it's 2 times. Sometimes if you're really fast, it's 1 time. And then she explodes in a cloud of green smoke and the endoscopy is a success. You are then teleported outside, super proud of yourself. You stand in front of the Great Deku Tree expecting congratulations. The tree look at you, hand you a shiny green rock, the Kokiri Emerald, and he give you a long speech about some bad guy from the desert and finish by saying, by the way, the curse was too advanced, I'm going to die anyway, bye bye. The tree dries up, turns grey, and dies right before your eyes. You did all that for absolutely nothing. On top of that, that little snot Mido shows up. He see the dead tree and blame you directly for the murder. You essentially get kicked the hell out from the only village you've ever known. This is the beginning of Link's greatest adventure. Doing everyone else's dirty work, getting jerked around, and walking away with a rock. So, there's gonna be another part. Thank you very much. Bye.